Hello everyone and welcome to another Elliott Wave analysis. Today I want to focus on the US market, right? So I'll touch on a few points. One is I'll go through the Elliott Wave counts for S&P 500 and Nasdaq, right? And then I will also talk about the US dollar, right? I will use dollar yen, euro, and also gold. Next, I will talk about Bitcoin, right? And its relation with the market. And then finally, I'll talk about copper and what is it telling us about the global economy, right? Now let's start with S&P 500. Now over here, you see this S&P 500 hourly, right? I have already marked this wave up. I mean this move up, right? Including what happened yesterday, right? This shoot up as a wave C, right? And during the Asian hours in the morning, I actually posted the short idea, right? And it worked out very well, right? Price basically never move up since then. Okay, so if we look at this right, so this was the S&P 500, the price here, right? So basically this is where I call for the short. And then we look at Nasdaq. It's a similar wave count, right? So over here, Nasdaq, I also put in like WXYB, and then this the place where I call both the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 short. It is over here, right? So when the price move in our favor, we need to protect our position, right? So I actually did quite a number of notes here. Okay. um right, so the last one is actually about 17 minutes and say that I'll reduce my position, right? And that is actually exactly the low here. Okay, that's actually exactly where this point is, and I say that it's time to reduce the position, right? But the reason why is actually, you take some profit and then you can enter again like somewhere here, right? But because I'm doing this video, so yeah, so just take note that if you're watching this and if this is published timely enough and price is still here, right, you can take a look and see whether you want to get back in to your original position. Now we go back to the higher time frame again, right? So with this as a ABC, right, then we will expect this move to actually go all the way down, right? So it should go even below this wave A here. Okay, so I believe I locked this. Yeah. So the actual uh, I'll just shift this entire thing, right? So since I'm doing this new analysis again, so you know that we want to have a target below A, right? And at this point in time, if you enter, you just want to find uh, a place where price got rejected, right? So for those who are more conservative, you can just choose over here, where there's a sharp reversal here, right? But for those more active trader, you can bring down this, right? um that means if you are wrong, you can judge again and enter again. Now that's the same for S&P also. Okay, so I'll not go through S&P again, but just to take note that this entire wave is telling us that market is going to come down quite badly. Okay, so that's for S&P 500 and Nasdaq. Now let me go through the forex. Okay, so we start with euro USD, sorry, dollar yen, right? So for dollar yen, we need to look at the big picture, right? So this was a wave count that I've published long ago, right? So you can check in my ideas, right? If you really want to know uh, what I go through for dollar yen, right? I don't do that much forex anymore, right? So I don't the last was quite long ago, right? But this is how I plotted the waves, right? So you know that the wave has already completed long ago, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So the peak was July 2024, right? Then we have wave one down, and then the wave two that ends on January this year, right? And then it moved down. So I also expect dollar yen to move down, and because forex might take some time, right? So it's really a positional play, right? And it's about 17 points down, right? I'm not talking about pips. Pips is about 1,700 pips now. That would be like the first target. Okay. Yeah. So take note that dollar yen is going down. As for euro, well, it's going up, right? So this is one, then ABC two, right? And then we are now at this point where I think we have uh we might have breached this already. Okay, so this is kind of like a double bottom and go up, right? So this also shows that dollar is going down. Okay, then lastly is gold, right? So gold has actually made a new high today, right? Make a new high today, right? So it's telling us that um dollar is has weakened a lot, right? And likely it will go even higher. Okay, last one is Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, I have called for a short for Bitcoin recently. Um, yeah, I've called for Bitcoin short, right? So similarly, well, it's not really to do with US dollar, right? But I want to show the relationship of Bitcoin with the market. So if you look at this shape itself, right, you can see that actually this is also a ABC, right? Exactly like S&P and Nasdaq, right? So what this tell us is Bitcoin is not like gold, right? It has a very high correlation with the financial markets, right? So yeah, so probably it's time to ditch some of a Bitcoin also. Okay, because what this means is that I also expect Bitcoin to come down, and yeah, below it definitely be below 74,500. Okay, now the last one will be copper, right? Copper previously I called for a short, right? And it has actually breached my target yesterday. Okay, it do a rebound, right? But I still expect that it will go down even more. So if you look at this big picture, right, 3, 4, 5, right? So it has completed 5 wave, right? And because this is a ending diagonal, so a very sharp move is actually expected, lah, right? I've also mentioned this in my analysis for copper, right? So let me see. I can't really remember which is the. So this is a HG1. Let me just go look for this. So this is Comex, right? So let's look for HG1. Hopefully, yeah. Okay, so here, right? This was on 23rd March, right? So yeah. So if you play this, right, you can see that it actually moves very fast. Okay. So so what is copper telling us? So for those who know, copper actually is a kind of like a leading indicator of the macroeconomic situation, right? So if copper goes down, it tells us that there's really less demand for trade, for infrastructure investment, etc. Right? So what this means, together with all our analysis on S&P 500, Nasdaq, on dollar, yen, euro, on Bitcoin, right? What this is telling us is that we are going into a time where the economic situation is going to be very bad, right? You can say that is potentially another recession is coming, right? So yeah, so I think we should all be prepared for it, and good luck, and yeah, just good luck with your trading and also with your career. Thank you.